Heads, please.
Heads is a call.
Tails.
And it's a tails.
We're going to bowl first. There was a little bit of rain around, so hopefully there's something in the wicket.
In a row confirms a qualification spot, so this is huge. But we're talking a little bit earlier about, what they would be talking about. They've decided to go that route, which after watching yesterday, you might have got it. Remitly leading wicket takers, 12 with revolutionary season 3, really. Just a reminder, he's one of the greats. It's been absolutely amazing, an absolute gold standard. If you wanted an opener, great news for us here that the covers are coming off. This is a game that we
stages last year. He's getting their squad. They're desperately in need of a win. 9 League cricket. Shane Watson, good game in one game in the group stages last year here for Game 6. Getting their squad. They're looking Texas. Balance very much in as playing kits. Shane Watson, good game. Matt Short back in here for Game 6, picked up here against Texas, so he's still very much in his 200 kits and helping. Matt Short, look at these numbers. Captain has just picked up with you. Outstanding. Nothing to worry about the little delay. We should be all set for a full
An even contest. Doesn't look like it.
These numbers
on the points table.
With you. Down his arm. Can the Orcas find a way to break this losing streak? Set for a full. Could tonight
an even contest. Doesn't look like
runs
it.
immediately
on the points table.
Down his arm. Cage of Short who just helps it around the corner. Losing streak. Gets the first. Could tonight.
Matt Short has literally
runs
come
immediately
into the side here at Grand Prairie.
Cage of Short who just helps it around the corner. He's pulled first attempted diving stop,
Matt
but
Short
the
has
outfield
literally
slickened up
come
by
into the
that.
side here at Grand Prairie.
Pulled,
presses on the front
diving
foot,
stop,
realises
but the
wicket.
slickened up by that.
Shows you that he's picking up the length really. His presses on the
towards
front
one of those
foot,
two men, but
realises
well
wicket.
over the head.
Shows
Start
you
for
that
the
he's picking
Orcas
up
and the
length
Unicorns
really.
just have
Bounce up as
towards
much
one of those two men, but well over the head.
He's took it.
Start for the Orcas and the Unicorns just have remarkably
bounce up as much
this
as
man, as you
Matt
rightly
Short
said,
thought.
He's
He's
come
took
in.
it a fair bit of cricket this year due to injury, a few little niggles, so
Remarkably, the Unicorn casino this man, you rightly said, he's come in.
A fair bit of cricket this
Rushes
year
him for pace as Coetzee opens things. Hangir can't get anything on it. Races for 4. Casino whacker Salam Kale.
The execution because he got the glove. That's what he was looking
Rushes
for.
him for pace as Coetzee opens things.
comfortably,
Hangir can't get anything on it. Races for 4.
The execution because he got the glove.
Warner
That's
goes
what he was
back,
looking
at least.
for.
As are the Orcas fans in the crowd, they know how on second ball. Yeah, this should be a Warner goes back at least.
It was a good one.
As are the Orcas fans in the crowd, they know how on second ball.
Allen, who missed the last game, going to drop that. Or bumper, it was a good one. The highest run glove one. This one not as Finn Allen, who missed the last game, going to drop that.
Maybe that bit of rain we had.
So the highest runs play one. Confirmation of
see his early blow
run scorer,
indicating that maybe that bit of rain we had. What timing
to come and play.
Really races to the rope.
The Royal leading run scorer. An issue. Puts here, bang the first few delivery. Not as really short.
Races to the rope to play after a little bit of an illness worry.
Have an issue.
Going around the
Puts here, bang the first few delivery. Not as
slapped down the
short.
ground. Really nicely played. Race for 4. An illness worry. Been a bit going around the unit
of the bat, but it was wide of off stump.
Slapped down the ground. Really nicely played. Race for 4.
San Francisco Unicorns of the bat, but it was wide of off stump.
Could be 4 more.
Yeah, San Francisco Unicorns. Actions of both players.
Could be 4
just
more.
hoping. Yeah.
It's a good fielder's gone out, so
of both players.
Australia, so
he's here just hoping.
Knew the game a little bit going to headlines ever since.
That's a glum.
So then when you heard there was major at work, and I said, "Hey, we ought to go see this," so we came back. Knew the game a little bit going to
Let's go to a game. I was like,
so then when you heard there was major at work, and I said, "Hey, we ought to go see this." So anything you're looking forward to?
For me, but I realized that let's go to a cricket game. It sounds awesome to see.
There you go. So anything you're looking forward to?
For me,
might be in business there. And Lenny, you've been on call for a couple of those as well.
But I want to touch on one thing that he said there. Cricket in a while. 2 cricket clubs out there.
Might be in business there. And Lenny, you've been on call for a couple of those as well.
But Coetzee touch on one thing that he said there. Cricket in a while. 2 cricket clubs out there. Maui Cricket Club. Tickled around the corner. Freebie.
Well, he gave him an excellent option away and says, okay, let me try again. No, it's fine. So pace off.
Tickled around the corner. Freebie.
Back to his mark. He gave him an option away and says, okay, let me try again. No,
unleashes his power. Back-to-back boundaries to round out the fourth. It's 47 for 1.
Mark. Again, short on the hip, and he doesn't need an invitation.
Unleashes his power. Back-to-back boundaries to round out the fourth. It's 47 for 1.
Again, short on the hip, and he doesn't need an invitation. Matt Short is on fire. 34 of 14.
That has been dispatched in the touch and form of his life.
Brilliant this from Jake Fraser McGulley. The field restrictions, as long as he gets it over the 30. Brilliant this from Jake Fraser McGulley.
Deep long
field
off his
restrictions,
that we see
as long as he gets it over the 30.
Last 2 dismissals have been against
so far so good.
Deep long off his back, and this is the fear that we see. He's now trying to go square because him. Last 2 dismissals have been against the slope. The one. You've got to come hard at this top because of that deep long off. He's now trying to go square. It's tough when they're hitting the ball like this, and that was when Xavier Bartlett was the one.
With the team doing so well,
you've got to come hard at this top 3.
Harmit Singh,
but it's tough when they're hitting the ball like this, and
deciding I'm going to just jog along. The team doing so well. And whoopsie, Harmit Singh, a little bit and deciding I'm going to just jog along. I'll be fine. And whoopsie, power play.
And that is a gift. Him a full toss. The ball
in the power play. Happy with Gannon. Standard thinking.
And that is a gift. Him a full toss.
Balls he'd have been happy with.
That was a late cut.
Gannon. Standard thinking. But he missed work out. There you go, just like that.
To stem the flow. They've stuck with him. Been expensive this season.
It's off. There you go, just like that.
To stem the flow, they've stuck with him.
Dominate.
Expensive this season. Doesn't care. One can spend months out of the game. Not sure.
Look to continue to dominate. Even. Yeah, it is.
Doesn't care. One can spend months out of the game. Not sure. He had a good
no complications. It's no, and no batter would take a month off when they're going particularly well. Yeah, it is. A little, I think, doesn't generally do that. No complications. Looking to play that no shot. Would take a month off when they're going particularly well. So powerful down the ground and those long levers on the field. Generally do that. Right. I can look into play that shot here because so powerful down the ground and those long levers on the field. Isn't he saying right? I can play a different game here.
There, the Ram. Just when you thought he's been so strong. Outside the off stump this season, 77 for 1.
Would be good to have them on the board.
Just when you thought he's been so strong. Outside the off stump this season, 77 for 1. Where he wants.
Would be good to have them on the board. Strength. It stands up on the ball there.
Yeah, I got hit it.
Just so then he'll hit you so well. Good strength. See how he stands up on the ball there. Being a tall batter, even with shorter batters, just he's playing so well. And that's when you start looking. Being a tall
Fraser
batter, shorter batters,
and finally, a middle overs win.
This up, and that's when you start looking. And Jake Fraser McGurk, I didn't quite get all of it.
And finally, a middle overs win.
This up completes it, and they have their breakthrough. Jake Fraser McGurk, I didn't quite get all of it. For 2. Big catch that completes it, and they have their breakthrough.
The game
Unicorns
here in
86
America.
for 2.
A few starts, but he'd like 11. The game is excellently here in America. Taylor also got a few starts, but he made his American debut last year. So 11. No, he misses out tonight.
Laser through the offside. Going to be 4 consecutive 50.
American
the first 2 came in player of the matches.
Matt Short keeps blazing a trail.
Laser through the offside. Going to be 4 consecutive 50. The first 2 came in player of the matches.
Matt Short keeps blazing a trail.
Very clear on what he's trying to do.
3 for 2.
Second guess.
Something, didn't you? You didn't win. I thought you said you won the. Oh, you did it a couple months ago. Well, we'll have to come back and talk about it.
Youngsters brought about a wicket.
Something.
And the big.
In control of
you didn't
his
win.
game.
I thought you said you won the. Oh, you did a couple months ago. Well, we'll have to come back and talk about
it. Youngsters brought about a wicket.
Second over.
And the big
short control of this game here this time.
But we're going to send it upstairs.
Standing up by the director, we've got an LB.
Up at the moment, Harmeet Singh is in his second over, and he's got short
through
for three.
There's a big gap there as he goes through to the standing up by the director, we've got an LB. Stand by for ball tracking, Billy. Okay, there's a big gap there as he goes through to the patch. There's no pitching in line, impact in line. Stand by for ball tracking. And wickets is hitting, so they're gone out.
3, 4,
Original
11.
scissors out,
Last
pitching in line, impact in line.
195.
And wickets is hitting, so they're gone out.
3, 4, 11.
6.
Last couple of days, Hassan Khan goes for 195.
This game, Meet Singh. The big question was it going to pitch in line? As soon as it had pitched in line, number 6.
Because he's coming around the wicket, and with that angle, it's
this game, Meet Singh. The big question was it going to pitch in line? As soon as it had pitched in line.
The turn that he's getting because he's coming around the wicket.
Coy.
With that angle, it's
pumped up, don't they, the Orcas? Desperate for what would be. Got him! Bowled him, and that's brilliant from pumped up, don't they, the Orcas?
Kutsia's first over was so good as well. Second over, maybe not quite where he wanted, but here he comes.
Bowled him, and that's brilliant from
Kutsia's first over was so good as well. Second over, maybe not quite where he wanted, but here he comes.
T20 cricket, it's the only time he's batted.
It's 7 for 5.
Down. No interest, but good pace again. Look at this, 93 miles an hour.
Injury issues, unfortunately, of late, but huge back in that second
down. No interest, but good pace again. Look at this, 93 miles an hour.
Injury issues, unfortunately, of late,
on the
but
fifth wicket, it's 97 for 5.
I know that. It's up.
The spinner's really.
I'm just wondering from a bowling perspective.
On the fifth wicket, it's 97 for 5.
I know that.
The spinner's really.
Just wondering from a bowling perspective where Heinrich Clausen goes. That's from that point of view. It looks like the Kalma is not normally. Gets wondering what he's thinking. He's still poised.
I quite like the other option would be to get spin.
The Kalma is not
the spinners
normally.
Are going tonight. The one thing, maybe that could be an option. 3 wickets.
The Orcas, they've also got a 100% record, but not 100%.
To get spin. Given the way the spinners are going tonight. Maybe that could be an option. 3 wickets.
The Orcas, they've also got a 100% record, but not 100%.
But understand the Earl Kutsia.
What are the reasons? Is getting better lengths? Are they bowling
understand the
Harmeet Singh today? 3. What are the reasons?
The value of pace collapse from one of the strongest batting lineups in the tournament.
Today, 3. When he was able to get Finn Allen.
The value of pace collapse from one of the strongest batting lineups in the tournament. USA
when he was able to get
he's got
Finn
a US
Allen
passport.
Keeps coming back and picking up 3. Now the Unicorns in a lot of trouble. 100.
USA Lisa Seleka because he's got a US passport.
Of 180. Still that. How they can. We get the sense that of 180. Still that.
He's worked a lot on his spin game. Still has. Well, setting the game up and setting a platform to go big in the last 5.
Kind of targeting
He's worked a lot on his spin game.
8 runs and over, and it could be just singles.
Well, setting the game up and setting a platform to go big in the last 5.
Kind of targeting around 8 runs and over, and it could be just singles or a bit of a bonus. A bit of a
starts.
They've had something to celebrate, and you'd expect that they're. Let's get into the content. Wicket. They've had something to celebrate.
In the league.
And you'd expect that they're. Let's get into the content. Wicket. Oh God, or who can celebrate the hardest?
To any fielder. Lisa Seleka, if the Seattle Orcas are having, I think we know the problem.
The hardest.
To any fielder. Fielder. Lisa just Seleka, short. If the Seattle Orcas are having, I think we know the problem.
And wait, because
fielder.
When
just
there's a
short
wicket-taking opportunity and then it goes for 4, you go and wait. Because
when does he decide
when
it's
there's
time
a
to go?
wicket-taking opportunity and then it goes for 4, you go from it so far. The remitly leading wicket with the bat in hand.
Not that for the second, but he's confident that that is not out.
from it so far.
The onslaught has begun.
Leading wicket with the
Fireworks begin. 1-2-9 for 6
as well.
Between them, is he happy to get one and get Shepherd back on? The onslaught has begun. Fireworks begin. 1-2-9 for 6
Matthew
is not happy to get one and get Shepherd back on strike.
Throughout this cognizant MLC.
Matthew
they retain the score. 1 run from the 16th, 130 for 6.
Throughout this cognizant MLC.
They retain the score. 1 run from the 16th, 130 for 6.
Need to have off their innings here. The Unicorns kept the strike. Hamilton need to have off their innings here. The
that's well in front. Goes Hamilton.
Cross, and that is as
that's
as
in
it
front.
gets.
That's well in front. Goes Hamilton.
Guyana
Cross, and that is
picked up
as plumb as
4
it gets.
maximums and 4 fours, including that monster over long on. Guyana disappeared into the night sky. 4 maximums and standing knock from him. 56 off 31. Over long on. All the innings. Disappeared into the night sky, right on the rough standing knock from him. 56 off 31. The very final ball of the innings. Drop just very well held right on the rough standing to win. Juggling. We think season 2 they lost their last 5 games. They're on a losing streak of 9. Shaihan Jahangir is going to open things up alongside David Warner. Season 2 they lost their last 5 games. They're on a losing streak of 9. Shaihan Jahangir is going to open things up alongside David Warner. Wait on was the last. Carmelo Root back into the team tonight. Number 3, so we presume Wait on was the loud call.
Games
Necessitated a new
26.
number 3, so we presume that Carmelo pulled away and all the way. Helped it round the corner.
26 he's taken his opportunity, not really required for that
pulled
team.
away
Things just
and all
don't
the way.
click.
Helped it round the corner. Oh, stylish. Very, very clever.
He's taken his opportunity, not really required
second one,
for
a
that
real
team.
piece of
Things
innovation.
just don't quite click. 3 walked at the bowler, but was still
very, very clever
short
and
delivery
good.
because it was
The second
outside
one, a
off.
real piece of innovation.
3 walked at the bowler, but was still at short delivery because it was outside off. He could get it over. The San Francisco Unicorns has had
should get a second here. Man's out of deep land safely. It's 14 for none. It's up
for the San Francisco Unicorns has had to see and then is great accordingly.
Land safely. It's up. Get through here right the way across America.
Is great accordingly.
They have to adjust and
listen
get
up,
through here right the way across America. Some kind of cricket in about 2. It's a good stroke. Gets enough of it. Picks his spot.
Listen
up,
out of y'all.
Brown, this time he used.
It's a good stroke.
The bowler
gets enough of it.
Still be
picks
able
his
to
spot.
plant his front foot.
Picks out a third mark.
Brown, this time he used.
Aggression continues, and it's going to be really to the fore here.
Look at the 2 names, Jahangir and. You'd normally expect David Warner to be out of completely the opposite.
And it's going to be really to the fore here.
Look at the 2 names, Jahangir and.
It's looked like a good
You'd
move
normally
to get
expect David Warner to be out of completely the opposite.
I don't think his figures quite sum up his impact. It's looked like a good move to get Jahangir. It does have a more than a touch in this opening partnership. I don't think his figures quite sum up his impact. It does have a more than a touch in this opening partnership.
Now, managed to catch up with.
It's going. Great stroke. Isn't he playing? It's 38 for none.
Now, managed to catch up with.
Such a coveted position.
He's
Great
not
stroke.
Able to do this.
Isn't he playing? It's 38 for none.
Short. Complicate things, Jahangir.
Such a coveted position.
He's not able to do this. Hasn't necessarily short.
That'll be 4 more. Just clears
things, Jahangir. Been a pleasure to runs over 12 runs and over.
Wants to go upstairs. 4 more. Just clears.
TV umpire director, we've got a.
Runs over 12 runs and over.
Wants to go upstairs.
Okay, back. TV umpire director, we've got a flat as he goes past the bat. It comes off the back screen. Signal now. Let's roll it through. Okay, back.
And clear evidence.
Roll it through. Okay, the flat as he goes past the bat. It comes off the back screen. Signal now.
Couldn't agree more. And actually, we heard the clear evidence that it's just continues his good the trousers his way.
It seems to bring the best out of them.
Couldn't agree more. And actually, we heard he's won. If he continues his good form, like his work is right now.
The best out of them.
Nationals, so I'm still like pushing for the nationals team.
Mid innings, they're trying to get you into the stumps. How close were you?
Man, I was like first better I ever saw, and he scored like pushing for the nationals or something. I was like,
mid innings, they're trying to get you into the stumps. How close were you?
I've been following him with USA cricket. First better I ever saw,
where he's gone
and
up
he
14
like
runs and over.
Or something. I was like,
Hasn't been good for him in terms of
I've been following him with USA cricket.
Just to clear that front leg.
Where he's gone up 14 runs and over.
Hasn't
picked up 0.
Hasn't been good for him in terms of opportunity just to clear that front leg.
But he's bowled a foul play
this year.
every game. Maybe today's the day where you keep him out of the foul play, and not that he will come with a foul play open in every game. Maybe today's the day where you keep him out of the foul play. That length. Believe that was a good length. And Hawkeye tells he will come.
Depending on a win that wicket may fall, an option obviously.
If he can hit that length. Believe that was a good length. And Hawkeye tells it Fire Shepherd will come into the attack after that.
An option obviously.
Good call by Fire Shepherd will come into the attack after that.
The order is going to depend on win.
Good call by. So, where's Matt Short's mind that in terms of struggling to find that rhythm? Could Short actually go to?
Especially you've got boundaries.
Where's Matt Short's mind that in terms of struggling to find that rhythm? Position it well. Actually go to.
Especially in front of boundaries that are even control shown by just behind.
Position it well.
To the fielder. In front of square by Warner. It's good control shown by.
Into the pitch.
Behind square, but in front of the
fielder.
Played on. Yeah, just sort of got this feeling, Jot. Let's have a look here. It's away
into the pitch.
That chops onto the stumps. Yeah, just sort of got this feeling, Jot. Let's have a look here. It's we're talking about who could pass onto the stumps.
Kyle Mears comes to the middle. Score this season. Strike rate is healthy.
We're talking about who could possibly.
Kyle Mears comes to the middle. Score this season.
Outside the stump
Strike
as
rate
well.
is healthy.
Too short is even necessary at that stage as well by Jane Gears going just pushing it outside the stump as well.
That's much quicker than
too short is even necessary at that stage as well by Jane Gears going
well familiarity between much quicker than Shepherd and Mears, both will know short.
Yeah.
And David Warner again is trying to play him. Michael Bracewell. Familiarity between Shepherd and Mears, both will know
short. It's decided eventually.
And David Warner again is trying to play him. Michael Bracewell.
Possibly be worth a look. Yeah, it's decided eventually.
And cap rolls through. To the umpire director with an LBW review, given not out through, right through the pad, please. Keep going through. Okay, we've got and cap rollers through. Roll it through. Bridges is not out. Pitching in line, impact in line through. Right through the pad, please. Signal now. Keep going through. Okay, we've got
the second.
Bridges is not out. Pitching in line, impact in line.
Comes off his fellow Aussie.
Signal now.
The second. Henrik Klassen is back at number 4. Short comes off his fellow
Trying
Aussie.
to possibly get on top of Short.
He just doesn't pick it. Doesn't pick the arm in, and it's through the gate
4.
into the stumps. All those things just doesn't pick up length. Any of it just doesn't pick it. Doesn't pick the arm in, and it's through the gate into the stumps. All those things just doesn't pick up length. Any of it.
Meyer walks into the middle. Well, this could be trouble. Could be real trouble. There's going to be a lot of work.
There. Oh.
Well, this could be trouble. Could be real trouble.
There.
Taken. Picked out.
Oh my! Cannot catch a break. This has come either side. He wasn't getting there, Romario Shepherd.
Then have to go right and
catch a break.
that's all relief right to cling on.
Either
Happiness
side
is
wasn't getting
for
there.
Harris
Mario
Ralph,
Orcas.
Then have to go
He must
right
depart for
and
seven.
that's all relief right to cling on. Happiness is for Harris Ralph, Orcas.
Why do you?
He must depart for seven. There's 73 for
Here in the United States.
So many good players
Prolific.
across the country. At close of over number 9, 73 for 50.
45 without loss.
Here in the United States.
He's so good in USA cricket.
At
He's
close
doing
of
too
over
good
number
today.
9, 73
Really, really good.
He's scoring Major League tonight.
I'm actually from Michigan, so I flew to Dallas. He's so good in USA cricket.
There you go.
He's doing too good today. Really, really good.
He's scoring Major League tonight.
I'm actually from Michigan, so I flew to Dallas and the Chennai team.
Well, there you go.
Power play that will be fielded inside
In
the
this
field.
ball,
Has not been of power play bowling into ball.
And this one, really no issue with the ball. It was just the placement of the shot. He called his heart.
Has not been into ball.
And this one, really no issue with the ball. It was just the placement of the shot. He called his heart.
Generally, with Harris Ralph, you're talking about the matchup and the fact that the pace would. Just
In the power play this season, only
I mean, we've been batting decent, but we're losing back-to-back cricket, and we've been having chats about it. And today also, we under pressure. I mean, we've been batting decent, but we're losing back how to create an. Even if we're down and out, about we still have. Today also, we under pressure and also how to create an. Even if we're down and out, we still have.
I enjoy with the coach. And then from there, it's about doing it out in the middle.
Champions, Seattle Orcas had the time to do these.
I enjoy with the coach. And then from there, it's about doing it out in the middle.
Overs. You've mentioned that they've had the time to do these.
That is, Shorty's obviously, Shorty's a very good skipper, and that's what he's doing. So I just said to him, look, I'm here if you like that. Shorty's always been part of the plans when it comes. Shorty's obviously make out in the field, and we have pretty good. Shorty's a very good skipper, and that's what he's doing. So I just said to him, look, I'm here if you like that. Shorty's always been part of the plans when it comes to the decisions we make out in the field, and we have pretty good discussions. You've seen the field he's created.
Differently, what's been the difference?
I told him he's an unbelievable
Celebrations,
player.
were they premature? No, he holds on, but it was short himself with the ball still in the... Celebrations, were they premature? No, he holds on, but it was short himself with the ball still in
middle of the bat, on into his hands. Look at the seam position, and it's for 15. It's 100 for 5. Got it outside of the middle of the bat, on into his hands. A relief.
His T20 career numbers.
For 15.
Quite
It's
the
100 for
catch,
5.
wasn't it? A cognizant clutch cat, no doubt. Capable with the bat. That's his T20 career numbers. Quite the catch, wasn't it? A cognizant clutch cat, no doubt.
जहाँ मुस्तफा है वही घर बना जहाँ मुस्तफा जी चाहता वही घर बना शहर को जी चाहता जहाँ मुस्तफा कम नजर बसा चांदी